Let's talk about safety. Hey, this is Josh with Carolina Shine Exteriors, and this is the number one question that we get asked, or maybe the top five, if you will. Is pressure washing safe for my home? And there's a legitimate reason why people ask that is because a lot of folks have incurred some damage either by them doing it themselves or having a company that really wasn't very professional, really didn't know what they were doing, coming out and damaging part of their home. So this is a valid and very important question, and there's kind of a lot to unpack, but I'm going to try and do it as quick as I can. In the industry, people would consider us, Carolina Shine, a pressure washing company. And they're not wrong, but they're not completely right, which is why we always try to call ourselves an exterior cleaning company. Because yes, we do use high pressure, but only on sidewalks, brick, patios, concrete of any kind, stuff like that. We do not do high pressure on a home. Are we a pressure washing company? Yes, but we have a lot more other methods to cleaning things, so it's safe. Let me explain. Is pressure washing safe for my home? Honestly, the answer is no. If you use high pressure, high PSI, everybody knows you go to Lowe's and Home Depot, you can buy a little pressure washer there. Maybe it's 4,000 PSI and they advertise 3,000 PSI. It's all about the PSI at Lowe's and Home Depot. Regular customers, regular consumers don't know is that number almost means nothing to me because we don't clean with high pressure. We clean with high volume. So we're doing 8 to 11 gallons a minute, so even up to 16 gallons a minute of just very low pressure, maybe a little bit stronger than a garden hose, but a lot of water. And that's how we're cleaning your home. Brick homes are a little bit different. Yes, we'll use high pressure in some spots on a brick home, but not really because it could hurt the mortar and we want to stay away from that. So is pressure washing safe for my home? The answer is really no. Exterior cleaning company like us, we're not going to use high pressure, but we can successfully clean your home with low pressure. High pressure could cause damage to your vinyl siding if it's brittle. It could cause damage to your window seals. Maybe they have some caulking around the windows. It could cause damage to any wood that you have on your house as decorative or actually wood siding. It could remove staining, right? You know, everybody has a nice stained porch or a stained roof on their porch or stained porch rails. High pressure will remove that stain. It'll change the color of the wood. There's a lot more other examples. I mean, anything that's brittle from the UV damage that the sun has caused on your house, it really could actually damage that or break that. And here's one thing that a lot of people don't know, and I'm trying to move quickly, but this is a big topic. If you have vinyl siding, even Hardy Plank board gets this. The paint gets oxidized. And you know what I'm talking about when you come up on the side of your house and you push your hand up against the siding in your house and you look at your hand and there's this chalk in your hand. You're like, what in the world's going on? That's oxidation, right? So the paint or the surface has become oxidized by the sun and now there's this chalky substance. If you put high pressure on the home, it will remove that oxidation and you will see streaks all over the side of your house. And a lot of people know what I'm talking about because they've had somebody come out and do that to their house. And it took years for those streaks to disappear. Now, so let me stay on topic here. So high pressure can cause that to happen. Low pressure, we're using chemicals, soaps, solvents. We want it to stick to the home and actually kill the growth that's on the siding. Let it sit for 2 minutes. And then we go to rinse it down. And then the soapy suds grabs the dirt, grabs the debris. And then we killed all the biological growth that's on the house. And then we rinse it off with high volume, lots of gallons per minute, right? And then we pull it off the house. And then by using chemical, the biological growth doesn't come back right away. If you use high pressure and don't actually kill the growth, because it is an algae, it is a growth on the home. It is a plant growing on your home. If you don't kill it, it will come back almost the same year. So not only is pressure washing dangerous for your home, but it is also, it's very ineffective. You get an immediate effect, but then months could go by and you'll get that growth right back. Overall question, is pressure washing safe for my home? The answer is really no, but people don't consider, they consider us a pressure washing company, but we don't use high pressure on a home. But anyways, the process that we use, which is low pressure, high volume, which will remove the dust, the dirt. It'll actually take the cobwebs down, right? It'll actually kill the biological growth that's on the side of the home. And it will actually help that biological growth to stay at bay and not grow back super fast for a longer period of time. Maybe a lot of people get their house done every year just because they don't want to ever see it, but you could probably go 2 years without seeing biological growth on the home if it's cleaned properly. I know that was a long response, but this is really kind of a loaded question. And that's why I don't really like to consider us a pressure washing company, though everybody would, because we clean with low pressure. And then only time we clean with high pressure is concrete and hard surfaces like that. But we're very much a low pressure cleaner. This is a very valid question, and you really want to make sure that your customers, not your customers, that the person washing your home knows what they're doing, because yes, damage can occur if you are doing the traditional big wand pressure washing on a house. It will and it could cause damage. So just make sure you're hiring somebody that knows what they're doing. I know that the guy up at the street might be cheaper, but when it comes time to protecting probably one of your biggest investments, just spend the extra money, hire a company that knows what they're doing, that's insured. I know that was a long response, but this is a big question that we get a lot. I just wanted to be as transparent as possible. Is pressure washing safe for my home? The answer is technically no, but a lot of pressure washing companies don't even use high pressure on the home. So I hope that's not confusing, but on to the next one.